No, 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 no.
After a decade of kilts, time travel, war, heartbreak, and more steamy scenes than HBO during peak Game of Thrones, Outlander is finally hanging up its corsets. Season 8 is the final ride, and Sam Heughan, yes, the Highland heartthrob himself, has officially wrapped. He posted a video looking like a man who just walked out of an emotional battlefield. And no, I don't mean Culloden, I mean the Universal Studios lot. He said it's going to be quite an emotional one. No kidding, Jamie. We've been sobbing since Season 3. But if you thought Season 7 left your head spinning and your heart in shambles, buckle up, because Season 8 isn't just a wrap-up, it's a full-blown reckoning. And let me tell you, spoilers ahead. Outlander Season 8 is saying goodbye to Jenny Murray. Yeah, I know, that one stings. She's not just Jamie's sister, she's the firebrand who could shut down any Highland brawl with one raised eyebrow and a sharp jab to your pride. Jenny was the glue of Lallybroch, the moral compass when Jamie got reckless, and the only person who ever made Claire flinch with nothing but words. They brought her back in Season 7, with Kristen Atherton stepping into Laura Donnelly's boots. And for a second, we thought maybe, just maybe, we'd get the family reunion we deserved. That she'd join Jamie, Claire, and young Ian in America, maybe even settle into life at Frasers Ridge, barking orders and sowing guilt into every conversation. But nope, the showrunners had to make the tough call. They cut her storyline for time, scope, and focus. This final season is laser-locked on Jamie and Claire, and while I get it, really I do, it still feels like someone took away your last good dram of whiskey and replaced it with lukewarm tea. Even so, her presence lingers. When Jenny took Ian to the grave of his daughter, Isabel, that scene wasn't just sad, it was a goodbye. Not just to Isabel, not just to Ian. It was the show quietly telling us that Jenny's chapter was closing. And you know what? If that ends up being her last big moment, it's a damn good one. Ian's arc in Season 8 might not feature Jenny physically, but it's soaked in her influence. She raised a warrior who's also tender, a man who's lost and gained and now fights for his own child. Her legacy lives on in him, in Rachel, in the baby they're expecting. And if the show gives us the emotional payoff of Ian reuniting with his son Swiftest of Lizards, that's Jenny's story coming full circle, even without her on screen. Faith Fraser is alive? Remember baby Faith, the daughter Jamie and Claire lost in France? Well, maybe not. In the Season 7 finale, a mysterious orphan named Fanny hands Claire a locket with Faith engraved on it and hums the exact lullaby Claire once sang to her baby. Excuse me, what? This isn't just a throwaway twist. It's a canon-shattering, book-breaking, timeline-twisting moment. Faith's survival wasn't even hinted at in Diana Gabaldon's novels. The show is going rogue, and it's dragging us along whether we're ready or not. If Faith is truly alive, then everything changes. The grief, the guilt, the choices Jamie and Claire made. It all rewires. And you better believe they're going to chase this thread until it either unravels them or heals them. Jamie Fraser dies but doesn't. You heard that right. Jamie Fraser is getting shot at King's Mountain. Down he goes. For a moment, it looks like the legendary Highlander has finally met his match. And honestly, I half expected Claire to unleash a war cry and burn the battlefield down. But what does she do instead? She brings him back, literally. Apparently, Claire's got some kind of mysterious power now, something that kicks in when Jamie's soul is halfway to the afterlife. She yanks him back. Resurrection vibes. This is new territory, even for a show that's been through the centuries. So, Jamie survives, but barely. He's weak, he's shaken, and for once it's Claire who carries the weight. She becomes his protector, his anchor, his healer. Their bond, stronger than ever. I'm not crying, you are. William's love life is a full-time soap opera. Now let's talk about the drama prince himself, William Ransom. He starts off Season 8 trying to figure out if he's related to John Cinnamon, a childhood friend who suspects they both share Lord John Grey as a father. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if someone else popped out, claiming Jamie's their dad at this point. While William's sorting out his family tree, he falls for Amaranthus Grey, the widow of his cousin Ben. It's giving Downton Abbey, but with more muskets. Their relationship starts out sweet, but quickly spirals. Amaranthus disappears to find Ben, who, surprise, is still alive, because apparently no one actually dies in this show anymore. William is caught between duty and desire, loyalty and love. When he finally proposes to Amaranthus, we're not even sure it's going to stick, but hey, at least the man's trying. Amy gets eaten by a bear. This one's rough. Amy Higgins gets straight up mauled by a bear in front of Bree and her kids. It's brutal, it's fast, it's one of those moments where the show reminds us, oh yeah, the 18th century was a death trap. The Ridge goes into full panic mode. Bree's shaken, Jamie's furious, the men hunt down the bear, the women mourn. There's no deeper message here. Sometimes Outlander just wants to punch you in the gut. Brianna gives birth. Speaking of Bree, she has a baby boy named Davy. Joy, right? Sort of. Turns out Davy can't time travel, which in this family is basically a disability. Bree and Roger are torn. Do they raise him in the past, risk his safety, or drag him through time and hope he never figures out that his family is a walking episode of Doctor Who? This isn't just about Davy, it's about legacy, roots, what it means to grow up in a time you don't belong to. Oh, and the war's still going on, by the way. No pressure, Bree. Benjamin's alive and fighting for the other side. William isn't the only one dealing with plot twists that feel like soap opera fever dreams. While looking for his cousin Benjamin, William gets captured by British soldiers. With help from a friend, he escapes, only to discover that Benjamin is very much alive and fighting for the American side. Oof. Now William's stuck between blood and empire. Does he turn Benjamin in? Protect him? Can he even trust him? The Revolution doesn't care about your family drama, but Outlander sure does. This is the kind of conflict that could define William's future and possibly unravel everything Lord John ever built for him. Ian's full circle moment. Let's talk about young Ian. He's been through it all. Kidnapped, heartbroken, tattooed head to toe, and now he's a husband, a soon-to-be father, and on a mission. Season 8 sends him to track down his ex-wife Emily and their son, Swiftest of Lizards. Yes, that's the kid's name, and no, we're not judging. The journey is dangerous, emotional, and it's exactly the kind of story this show loves. Painful, personal, and deeply tied to legacy. If Ian reunites with Swiftest and welcomes a new baby with Rachel, he ends the series whole. And somewhere, even if we don't see it, Jenny Murray smiles. Let's just hope it lands like Jamie's best one-liner, with heart, grit, and just enough fire to make history. Drop your predictions, wild theories, and emotional breakdowns in the comments. No judgment, we're all in this mess together. And if you're as obsessed with this final ride as we are, hit that like button, subscribe for more breakdowns, and ring the bell so you don't miss the chaos when Season 8 officially drops. Because trust me, we're just getting started.